Welcome to Blissful Consults with yours truly, Dr. Cammy, a PhD licensed psychotherapist with special training in trauma-informed healthcare. Jamie from California wrote in with a great question about being irritable with her team at work. Let's see what Jamie has to say. Dear Dr. Cammy, I lead a team of really competent and dedicated employees in human resources. However, I notice that I get extremely short-tempered when they make small mistakes, and sometimes I dread when I see them approach my office door. They invited me to happy hour, and I made up a lie as to why I couldn't go. I'm ashamed to admit all this because I know I am the one to blame. I just don't know how to turn it around. Why do I feel so irritated? And what can I do about it? The answer is burnout. Stay tuned for details on how to identify it and stop it from progressing right in its tracks. Hello, my name is Dr. Cammy, and I am the founder and president of Bliss in Being. We offer cutting-edge psychotherapy and coaching for people who are ready to heal from the effects of chronic stress and trauma. I personally can help you move from the brink of burnt out to holistic thriving. It is time for you to enjoy the life you've worked so hard to build, and I am here to help you make it happen. Hello, Jamie. It takes a lot of courage to come out and admit when you haven't been acting in line with your values and that you might need some help. It sounds like you have a phenomenal team and they are still connected to you. They didn't have to invite you to the happy hour, but they see potential in your relationship and they wanted to include you. Those are all great signs that the bridge between you and your colleagues is still intact. To know for sure why you're being irritable, I would have to meet with you for an in-depth one-to-one consultation where we would look at all the domains of your life so we know for certain where that irritability is really stemming from. However, I do have an educated guess that I hope will be helpful for you in the meantime. My main concern for you is that you are exhibiting one key sign of burnout, and that sign is misplaced irritability. Burnout can trick your mind into focusing on what's wrong, what shouldn't be, and what is out of place. This will cause us to have a general sense of irritability that then overflows onto others. I would love to help you get on track for healing from some of the early signs of burnout. I'm going to describe the 4 fundamental areas that anyone experiencing early stages of burnout should focus on. The first is physical. Our body is often a neglected component of self-care. It is the most important thing that we have, and we so often take it for granted. The most important aspects of taking care of your body, particularly when you're burnt out, is to sleep. It's also to have some sort of a physical release. Your body needs nourishing food and water. Your body also needs to rest, separate and apart from sleep. There are many more components of taking care of your body, but these are a few really good ones to start with. The second component is emotional. This part of ourselves is often the focal point of burnout. Individuals experiencing burnout often express burnout emotionally in the form of irritation, agitation, tearfulness. Here are just a few ways that you could begin engaging with your emotions to prevent continued burnout. The first is stress management. The second is emotional maturity. And the third is forgiveness of yourself and compassion for mistakes you've made. That might be where I would love for you to start. The next one is social. This is the third domain. I've noticed two extremes with the social parts of our lives during burnout. People either tune out their social lives altogether, or they become completely enmeshed with their social circles. This leaves people either fully disconnected or completely overwhelmed by their friends and family. A few early tips is to assess whether you are not setting enough boundaries with your social circle, or if you need to engage with your social circles more. Once you've determined which one it is, give yourself permission to do what you need to do to get grounded in your social community. Second, please consider asking for help. I work with highly competent, independent individuals who pride themselves on figuring out everything solo. Do not fall into this trap, my friends. Ask for help when you need it. Remember that community members are usually really honored that you've asked for their help and are often willing to share their resources. And lastly, the fourth domain is spirituality. The first signs of burnout is often an overwhelming to-do list, not enough sleep, and irritability. But the root of burnout is almost always connected to a sense of total disconnection for the deeper sense of purpose and meaning. One of the key elements of burnout is a sense that our function on earth is purely transactional and that the way we spend our day has no greater purpose or meaning for humanity. One way to begin healing the spiritual part of yourself is to go into nature, to spend time alone, and to find connection with the people that you love most. Jamie, this might seem a bit overwhelming. I have shared a lot of information today. So I would suggest that you identify the area of your life that is suffering the most. Is it your body, your emotions, your social life, or your spirituality? And make one small change in that area. I promise you, that change will snowball into more and more changes, and you will start seeing results.